Hello, my name is Rose Adams again. I'm the Digital Initiatives and Resources Librarian here at Park. I am so excited to talk to you today about a helpful mindset that I think can serve us really well as we navigate this important issue of academic integrity in AI. But first, I'd like to share a little bit about my job and where it positions me in this conversation. So, like most of us, I wear a few different hats. Some of my core responsibilities include maintaining library systems and monitoring access to our digital resources, things like our databases, research guides, and pirate search. I also support faculty directly in helping them, to locate course materials, navigate open educational resources, and think through copyright considerations related to library and instructional content. And just recently, I've started to partner with the instructional design team to provide this support directly into the course development process, which is so exciting. And I'm beyond hyped to be working more closely with our instructional design gurus. I also do the cataloging for the library's physical materials. And through all of these different duties, my specialty is understanding digital information systems and how they can best serve Park. So my role centers on access. So making sure students and faculty can find, understand, and responsibly use information in an increasingly complex digital landscape. And as we all know, generative AI has significantly altered our relationship with information, especially within the digital landscape. So that landscape it's intense right now. It's the saying, smooth seas never made a skilled sailor. I think we are probably all wishing for some calm waters right now. I would definitely be so fine if I never heard the phrase unprecedented circumstances ever again, just ever. But I really do think our circumstances in terms of academic integrity aren't as unprecedented as you might think or as we tend to focus on. Uh, we are indeed still skilled sailors, and we have more tools and systems in place than you might expect to serve this issue. At the library, our work has always involved helping our communities navigate confusing, opaque, and sometimes contradictory information systems. That's kind of our thing. So we specialize in the uncertain and in the unclear, and we're trained to approach these systems critically, constructively, critically, constructively, and with genuine and neutral curiosity. And honestly, I'd say curiosity has been my greatest asset as a librarian. It's been the mindset that has allowed me to keep that vital mix of constructive and critical. And it's helped me stay anchored during what is a very confusing and very stressful shift in the information landscape. Primarily because what I'm seeing in this conversation is not that our existing frameworks are becoming obsolete, but more that we are being forced to evaluate our relationships with information and with the truth and with the value of our disciplines. And it's shaken our confidence. We're questioning everything, like everything. And that questioning can be really good if we do it with the right intention and if we do it together. So today, I want to talk about how that curiosity first mindset can help us approach academic integrity with our students, particularly in the context of generative AI. I'm going to focus on three interconnected ideas. So transparency, asking critical questions, and the star of the show, collaboration. So when we talk about academic integrity, we're actually talking about transparency. Our disciplinary standards, things like citation, attribution, peer review, all exist for a reason, right? We value honoring the origin of ideas. We value the labor and intellectual contributions of others. We value truth, reliability, accountability in knowledge creation. And all of that depends on transparent systems. Citations are accountability systems, right? They let us trace ideas, evaluate credibility, and situate work within an ongoing scholarly conversation. Generative AI, particularly large language models like ChatGPT or Copilot, operate very differently. These tools are designed for speed and fluency. Um, they absorb massive amounts of text and generate responses by predicting what comes next based on patterns. They don't engage with information as unique, traceable sources, and they don't reliably provide citation in the way we expect scholarly tools to. So the result is an inherently opaque. My colleagues heckled me earlier for saying opaque, and so now I'm paranoid. Opaque system. When students interact with these tools, they're encountering a kind of information that feels authoritative, but is informal and often unpredictable. And the only way to navigate that unpredictability is with curiosity, with asking questions and engaging with information critically. And our students are here to learn those skills from experts in the field. And we are those experts. We are the scholars and the educators, and asking critical questions has always been the most important aspect of academic work. And this isn't new, especially in the context of liberal arts institutions like ours. Um, Generative AI has not changed that. It's it's now just even more important and vital that we explicitly model that questioning process for our students. Um, we know what's good, and we know what good questioning is, and we know how to do it well. And our students don't have that clarity yet, and that's where they need us. And it's important that we invite them into that process. The questions that we ask will differ based on discipline and context. And as experts and leaders in your discipline, you are the one responsible for deciding what those questions should be for yourself and for your students. Now, one question I hear a lot is, should students use AI or not? This is not a critical enough question because it's reactive, not proactive. Proactive questions that shift the focus back to curiosity are, what does engaging in this coursework with integrity look like? What would it look like if I chose to allow AI use? If you don't have to act like it's implied. And the most important question, how do we help students engage critically with this tool? Modeling these questions and inviting our students into this process helps students navigate the ethical uncertainty that AI introduces. So in this process, it's important to own your presence in the conversation. When you're considering your positionality, it can be really easy to fall into a defensive mindset. When we operate from a place of defensiveness, we get trapped in cyclical arguments, right? So arguments that don't really have impact on the issues that truly matter, and we're just in a loop. A curiosity, sorry, a curiosity, a curiosity mindset, though, will empower us to ask critical questions, and the ones that will move us forward, which is what we want. And you know what makes forming and asking critical questions easier? It's talking about it. It's collaboration. Collaboration is the lifeblood of academia across disciplines, across roles, and across differing perspectives. Now, that collaboration can look like a lot of things, and it's not dependent on agreement or even on consensus. It might be asking a trusted colleague to review the AI language in your syllabus. It might be having more focused conversations like the topic of this one we're having today, but in like maybe less formal settings. It might be something else entirely, but the specific form matters less than giving yourself permission to participate honestly in the conversation with both colleagues and with students, and to reflect on what constructive participation actually looks like. So for me, that collaboration looks like engaging in conversations with the intent to investigate and explore an idea or a problem. So I'm working really hard on not expecting myself to stick to a rigid opinion or even to expect a complete answer. Right now, that thing that serves me the most is participating in this conversation and exploring the landscape. And my colleagues here at the library are really awesome at having that conversation with me. Literally yesterday, as I was presenting or practicing my presentation, we had this like incredibly rewarding discussion about the anxiety that comes with even acknowledging AI tools in the classroom sometimes and where our power is as educators in that conversation. And I hope that's what our time here does for you today. I hope it sparks conversations and pushes you to lean into and build those connections with your colleagues and with your students. Because the best way we reinforce this curiosity mindset in our students is by practicing ourselves. So within our own disciplines, and also by intentionally valuing disciplines different from our own. Learning from how others frame things like rigor and integrity and thinking is incredibly essential if we want to stay grounded in this work. If we stay anchored to those core values of academic integrity, and um, if we're open about engaging critically with these tools, we can help students build a strong foundation, and not just in integrity, but in confident and informed judgment through curiosity. That's our best path. That is our best path forward. So in closing, I want to say that I do not expect you to agree with me on every point or opinion that I've shared today. That is not my priority. My priority is that you come away from this with questions, with opinions, and with curiosity, and that you choose one small thing to do to nurture that curiosity. So reach out to a colleague, come up with some questions, and engage in that critical discussion together. And if you don't have someone to talk to, or even if you do, you could talk to me. The library is here to explore this information age with you, and I'm so excited to do that.